Welcome to the Running for Real podcast, where each week we bring you a conversation designed to help you create positive change in your life, community, and planet. It's a collective of conversations about running, the climate emergency, and social justice. Running for Real is for the brave, for those with courage and vulnerability. United by our love of running, we're driving momentum towards some of the really tough challenges we're facing as humanity. So come join me, Tina Muir, and let's get started. Hello, my friends. Welcome to episode 270 of the Running for Real podcast. We have a very special episode for you today, and I'm really excited for you to get to hear it in just a minute. This is a really meaningful one. I want to take a moment to thank Will for setting this one up, for connecting me with my guest today. And I also just want to remind you, if you haven't already checked out the Together runs, these are getting more and more steam each week. And if you haven't checked out the Together runs that come out on Monday, that means you are not subscribed to this podcast, in which case go do so. But Together runs are where I basically carry around a small microphone with me on my runs. We do body scans, we check in with our senses, we have a conversation, and I promise you, it feels like I am running with you, or at least that's what I'm told. It really is the closest thing you're going to get to running with someone else, and it is bringing our community together. So you can go to runningforreal.com to check out the Together runs, or you can subscribe to this podcast, and you will make sure then that you get them already sent to you. Now, today I am excited to introduce you to Kayleigh and Sandy Williamson, who are a mother-daughter duo who have been doing some incredible things within our community. In 2017, Kayleigh became the first woman with Down syndrome to complete the Austin half marathon. And she and her mum have just the most amazing story. Now, one thing I want to mention before we get into the episode, that people with Down syndrome have a 90% chance of developing Alzheimer's. So you will hear why that was an important and very awakening moment for them when they thought about something that was happening within their lives. And there are a lot of other health problems that often come with Down syndrome, such as hypothyroidism, sleep disorders, anxiety, depression, poor muscle tone, Graves' disease, and lots of other health conditions that come along. However, you will hear Kayleigh say that she is one of very few who does get out there to go run. And this is just such a wonderful, heartwarming conversation. And I always love to hear mother-daughter relationships when people are really close. I just think that's such a beautiful thing when people are close to their families. Not that I'm not close to mine, by the way, but I just love to see it. And this is a really, really special one. So I am excited that we are going to go meet Kayleigh and Sandy. So we're going to take a moment to thank one of our sponsors, and we'll be right to this episode. Thank you to Tracksmith for sponsoring this episode of the Running for Real podcast. Boston Marathon, my first race I am doing of the year, well, not of the year, of this season, I should say, is just 10 days away, and I am very excited to go be a guide and just get to be out there and on the race course. It's going to be really fun to do. And I will be wearing Tracksmith from head to toe because I am a huge fan, in case that wasn't already obvious. And I am loving the fact that their fall clothes are now out. The styles are beautiful, as are the colors. And friends, I have told you, and this is the final time I'm going to be telling you, the $15 off $75 off coupon is going to be disappearing very soon. We are going to switch it to a giving code very soon. So you are going to be able to only get it for another few more days. So make sure you go to tracksmith.com and use code TINA15 to get $15 off your order of $75 or more. They have lots of new colors in all the old favorite styles. I love the Harrier long sleeve, the Brighton base tank I've told you about many times. It is so cool that we're getting into fall season where we can go out and wear those long sleeves, but also there are quite a few different t-shirts and tanks for those if you are running later in the day or if you are racing. I will be racing Boston in the Boston singlet that they have out now, along with some of their shorts. and the socks and everything, I will be in Tracksmith from head to toe. So be sure you can go check out all the different things that they have going on, but be quick because they tend to sell out. Tracksmith is very popular and you will see why. They have wonderful quality, wonderful products, and just check out the website in general. It is a great place to explore. There's a journal, a logbook, there's films, there's stories, there's events. There's just all kinds of fun things going on there, and you will learn from just being on the website. So go to tracksmith.com and use code TINA15 to get yourself $15 off your order of $75 or more. Don't wait. This is one of the last few days you'll be able to use this code. So thank you again to Tracksmith for sponsoring this episode. Kayleigh, Sandy, thank you so much for joining me on the Running for Real podcast today. I'm excited you are both here.
Yay, thank you. We're glad to be here.
Thank you.
This is going to be fun. Although, Kayleigh, I watched you do a happy dance at the end of your first half marathon, where you were the first and only person with Down syndrome ever to run and complete in the Austin half marathon. I'm wondering, what can I do to get you to do a happy dance while we are recording today? Is there anything I can do?
I honestly, missing my music. I only do the video dance.
We can find some music at the end for you to do a happy dance. We can arrange that. Yeah.
Okay. I may need that. I may need to see that. And I will put a link in the show notes for anyone listening to this to go watch Kayleigh finishing. It's pretty amazing to see and yes, to see your happy dance in person. Now, as I'm looking at Kayleigh and Sandy, I am seeing a lot of medals over Kayleigh's shoulder. And apparently that's only one of the 4 racks. Is that right?
Yeah,
which is
it is
pretty impressive. And I love that. Do you have a favorite medal?
I do. One of my favorite medals is Detroit.
Is Detroit?
Is that because of the race or is that the medal itself?
Must be the medal itself. Hold on. I'm not seeing it up here. That's got to be it right here. Is it because of the medal itself or because you got to run into Canada and come back?
Yeah, I really remember that I went to Detroit, and then I did more that I went to that bridge.
You went over the big bridge?
Yes.
745 feet in the air. The Ambassador Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't done that. I haven't done that one. My husband is from near Detroit, so I should go do it at some point.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
It was a fun one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got to do a tunnel underneath the water. Oh, yes, ma'am.
And then I hear that water tells me that to go with another tunnel. And that song is to love somebody a way I love you.
I read that you love that. That was your favorite part, right?
Mm-hmm.
That song.
And why is that song your favorite song?
Because my favorite song is I want to run to honor my grandma.
To honor Grandma. So that song is special because of Grandma.
Mm-hmm.
She always told me that I am gonna be there with you for my race, for my half marathon.
So Grandma told you even when she passed and went to heaven, she'd still be with you no matter where you ran in your race, including Detroit, right?
Yes.
That's it. Okay.
That's amazing. Even to Canada.
Yes.
Yes.
I love that. Now, Austin Half Marathon in 2017 was your first, and since then you've run 13 more, and you are currently training for your first marathon in 2022. Are you enjoying working towards that so far, or has it been, a lot harder than you expected?
I still working hard because I want to do my 26.2 of a full marathon.
But is it hard? It's more miles. We do have to do more miles, right? And go to the gym.
But we always love to going to the YMCA to going to the early the morning.
We get there at 6 a.m. when they open.
Wow, that's commitment right there.
Yeah, and that's so I can beat you, right?
And then I always
just ignore that.
I always love my mom. We always going to travel with another state.
Oh, you're wanting. So in addition to doing a full marathon, her other goal is to do a half marathon in every state.
Oh, I love that. And how many states have you done so far?
Okay, I want to tell you that one of my favorite is Los Angeles.
We did Los Angeles. We've done Michigan. We've done Mississippi. In Colorado, we did Crested Butte, but it was a 5K. So according to her, we have to go back for the half.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it has to. Yeah. So, but then like literally when we did LA, like we touched down that Sunday on March the 8th, and it seemed like the whole world just shut down that next week. So,
before, yes.
Okay, I will tell you that my birthday was on the March.
Yes. Yeah.
So it was a birthday present.
It was a huge birthday present. Yes.
Yeah, that is awesome. And Sandy, I would love for you to tell us a little bit about why Sandy running that first half marathon and then continuing on and what she is doing to inspire others is so meaningful, and what it is helping her both physically and emotionally to be able to do that many other children and adults with Down syndrome are not able to benefit from.
I think the number one thing that I see with her, first, the beginning, it kind of started in 2012. And that's when my mom had her second stroke. And not long after that, she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And in researching that, I realized the chances of Kayleigh or anybody with Down syndrome developing Alzheimer's is astronomically higher than the rest of us. And being in the food industry, it made me realize at that point she was 215 pounds. And a lot of, typical thing, fast food, processed foods, soda waters, things like that. So I had to step back and think, what I was purchasing for her to put in her body and how her body would respond to it had a huge effect on her overall health. And then at about the same time, hold on, let me finish. At the same time, I'd taken her to a doctor. And again, at 215 pounds, he looked at her and he told me it's not going to end well for her. Mm-hmm. And most of them at about her age, start developing autoimmune disorders. And Kayleigh did develop something called ITP. She had low blood platelets and we didn't know why. And then she developed Graves' disease, where she had hypo and then it became hyperthyroidism. And I had already ran my first half marathon in 2013. So she's done 13 halves. I beat you. I've done 24.
Yeah.
I've done 24 and I've done one full marathon. And someone made a suggestion and she was like, yeah, I want to do it. And it just kind of took off because the community is so important. Their interactions with her is so important. What I was expecting to experience, we didn't experience. I expected some type of rejection. And in the running community, we got total acceptance. And 80 pounds came off of her body. And every one of her autoimmune disorders went into remission. And today I see how healthy she is. And I have a lot of parents with family members who have Down syndrome tell me the same thing I thought in the beginning. It's like, no way my child is ever going to do this. That's kind of, I can hear that, right? There's no way my child would ever do this. And what I realized is I was more saying, it's not that my child necessarily can't do it. It's just that it's going to take a lot of time out of my schedule, and I don't know. And so I had to step back and say, what's more important? Me doing this and Kayleigh and I doing this together and her getting as healthy as she's gotten, or the convenience of me of not having to fight?
Mm-hmm.
And
no, thank you for explaining that. Yeah. Now, Kayleigh, you've probably heard that story, been told endless times, so I apologize having to sit through it again. Especially as it's your life.
Yeah.
But you participated in the Special Olympics in the past and learned.
Yeah, sorry.
Or still?
Yeah, I will tell you that I have so many of special Olympians
medals. Is that what you mean?
that I have so many medals. I done swimming, basketball, and track and fields.
Okay.
And so you did those, and then running came into your life, or maybe you still participate in the Special Olympics. But what is it about running that you like the most?
I like running because I really want to
go for it.
I really want to beat my darling.
Her mom. She likes to beat me.
That's the biggest thing you get. You love that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well,
and so do you...
But it's my mission of life.
That's your mission in life. To beat me. Okay. Hold on.
So do you have a special tactic planned for how you're gonna beat her?
It's not gonna happen.
It's what?
It's not going to happen. Because my grandma told me, remember, one fast and one and then eating healthy.
Eating healthy and staying healthy is how you're going to beat me. Got it. Love it.
I love that. Okay. She's going to start giving you all the fast food and the soda waters again, and then she's going to keep on the healthy diet.
There is no sacrifice myself because I lost kind of overweight myself.
But now you're not. You're healthy.
But I have to tell her that I laying off my soda waters and my food about 2014.
Yes, you haven't had fast food or soda water since 2014. Okay, all right.
Wow.
Let's see if she's.
Do you ever miss it? Those foods, or do you not miss them at all?
I never miss it because I love kombucha.
Oh, good replacement there. That is yummy. What flavor is your favorite of that?
My favorite is a ginger. We might fight with the Alzheimer's.
Oh, the research of kombucha with Alzheimer's and ginger. Yeah. But overall, do you just like the flavor of ginger?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like the ginger ones too. Good choice.
One of my favorite is a honey ginger.
Honey ginger. So we go to the farmer's market every Saturday and we get our kombucha kind of in bulk from one of the vendors that's there. So we stock up. Yeah.
Well, you're in Austin, so you've got all kinds of small local businesses to go check out. I did go to one of the farmers markets in Austin recently. The one, I don't remember the name of it. I think it's the big one.
It's Mueller.
Yes. Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, it's a huge one.
I'm why that I really want to do the full marathon because my mom won her full marathon.
Yep, I did one.
Where I tell her that I really want to do a full marathon for marathon because
Go ahead.
I really want to honor my mother.
Aww.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Because she reminds me of her for marathon because of me.
Is this about beating me or something? Yeah. I love you too. All right. Okay.
So then the full marathon that you're going to be doing, I take it you will run alongside one another?
Yeah.
Is that...
Yeah. Are you gonna run next to me, or am I leaving you behind?
And technically, again, I just want to tell you that I really had to go faster because my grandma told me.
So you're planning on leaving me behind?
But and then I would never leave my mom at the dust.
You're not going to leave me in the dust?
No.
And otherwise, I'm going to have to say you're going down, Charlie Brown.
But I have to tell you that you have to keep on going.
Okay.
And speed up.
And speed up.
Yeah, that's right. We have a puppy.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Lucy Lou. Because I still want a very active dog
to run, but it's going to be 2 years before Lucy can run with you because she can't run before she's ready. Yeah.
So
Lucy will be running though. That's cool.
Yeah, I really want you to get a very active dog because I want my darling to speed up.
So that Sandy, you will be pushed out and no longer the running partner, and Lucy Lou will become the running partner.
Actually, I think I just heard her say that Lucy Lou was going to make me go faster because I go too slow. Is that what I understood? Yeah. Okay, that's what I understood.
I like that. What is it like having? Well, whoever wants to go first. Kayleigh, what is it like having your mum running alongside you? Like, you two seem like best friends. I'm kind of jealous. What is it like running with her?
Technically, she's not jealous. She is. She's a good friend to me.
Okay, thank you.
And she's my best friend.
Aw, okay. Until I start pushing you harder? No.
And then she always talking nice to me.
I'm always talking nice to you? Okay.
And Sandy, what about you? What is it like? I mean, that's just it's kind of the runner's dream having your daughter alongside you. It's pretty cool.
It is, but it's also humbling, but it's also inspirational. And what I mean by inspirational is in the very beginning, before we would go to the next race, if it was a 10-miler before she could do the half marathon, is she had to earn her right to put her toe at that next starting line. And what I mean by that is finish that first race in the time constraints that were established. And I've seen her at mile 5 and I look at her and I'm like, you're ready to stop? It's okay if you want to stop. And I'm like, no, I'm not stopping. I've seen her hobble and running to the finish line because she's so determined to do it. I always leave it up to her. At any point in time, it's her race. I tell her she can stop if she needs to stop. She never does. And that's the part that's kind of humbling to me, whether we're training or we're in the middle of a race, because she's got this determination that she just doesn't stop. Mm-hmm. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, for sure. And you've often said, Sandy, about don't allow someone to put a cap on you. Can you tell us about that?
I think it's so easy for us to label each other. And when we label each other and say Down syndrome, we instantly have this thought in our head of what somebody can do and can't do. And what I raised Kayleigh to do is to give it your best shot. Step up at the plate and take a swing. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And that's okay. That's someone else's thing to do. And we're going to cheer them on. But if it is, don't let somebody else tell you what you can and cannot do. Get out there and try it. And if at first time you try it and you don't succeed, but you know in your heart of hearts you can still do it, get up there and do it again as many times as you need to get back up, because it took her 3 years of the Austin Distance Challenge before she ever earned her jacket. And that was, most people would have gotten to that second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth half marathon race of trying to get that jacket and say, I quit, I'm done. And she didn't. She went from 6 hours and 22 minutes on that first half to Detroit was 3 hours and 54 minutes. So
I really want to finish this race because I have been struggle with my weight because since I lost my grandma with the Alzheimer's.
Yeah. But the other side of it is that benefit. You get that thing, that feed inside of you that, oh my gosh, I just did this. And that's a really cool feeling. But when it becomes a way of life, and for her with the running and the races, that's become a way of life. And I now see it with, none of the medical issues that I see a lot of her friends who have Down syndrome having at this point in time. And I've got to be honest, to some extent, when I hear from somebody that their child has developed something and they're the same age as Kayleigh and they've been in activities together the whole time, and my heart breaks a little because I've gotten to see and experience the high of seeing how healthy Kayleigh's gotten and how much she's loved the running community. And it's had a huge life altering event for her.
Yeah, I still playing basketball because it was keeps me walking and running. It's a last month of running. I will shoot the basketball with my friends.
Thank you to Inside Tracker for sponsoring this episode of the Running For Real podcast. My friends, I have something to tell you. I need to get tested again. It always makes me stressed because I really don't like needles. They stress me out. Even though I have had, countless needles over my lifetime. But even with Inside Tracker, I've had probably 10 plus assessments. I've been tested over 10 times. And it doesn't seem to get any easier. But yet, I still do it. And it is still worth it, even with a needle phobia. It is amazing to know what is going on the inside. And Inside Tracker is going to be this comprehensive way of checking out what is going on the inside. I mean, the name makes sense, right? It was founded by leading scientists in aging, genetics, and biometric data. It's this ultra personalized performance platform like no other. And they have an app now too, which is really awesome. I definitely recommend it. They use a patented algorithm to analyze your body's data, provide you with a clear picture of what's going on inside you. Then they offer you science-backed recommendations for positive diet and lifestyle changes. Then they're going to give you a concrete action plan and track your progress towards reaching your goals every day and every step of the way. So you get yourself tested, you tell them a little bit about yourself, they'll give you an analysis and recommendations, you'll select a goal and customize the recommendations that work for you and your lifestyle, and then you'll track your progress. Over time, as I have been doing, you get to see which ones you're getting closer and closer to optimize, which things need work, and which things are at risk, so you can retest often to see what's working and what is not. They have this ultra personalized nutrition platform that's going to analyze from your blood, DNA, and fitness trackers to see what is going to help you to reach your goals. It is a really cool service. And friends, for a little bit longer, you get 25% off when you go to insidetracker.com/Tina. You will get 25% off. Don't hold back. As we are going into these winter months, we want to make sure that we are in a good place with our body. We all know that the winter months can be the toughest time on our body. So let's go into it knowing where we are at. You can go to insidetracker.com/Tina. That's what you like to do, yeah. And what is your favorite moment of finishing a race? Is it them putting the jacket on you, the medal around your neck? Is it the people coming around you?
Okay, I will tell you that I have a friend
Keep going.
who's only one holding my hand at the crossing the finish line to finish my race, and that is my friend is his name is Shane.
Shane held your hand on the first race. Who's at the end of the race that puts
And
the...
then a moment that I see in the first line, I see my friend William that he always told me that you are crushing it, and he always put around of my middle, my neck.
Mm-hmm.
And then a moment that I see my friend that who's all around got me a distant jacket doing that victory dance.
There you go. I get to see it.
Okay, then. Someone gave you your first Austin distance challenge.
Yes.
They were at the finish line to put it on you.
And then I was flicking my hair.
You were flicking your hair.
I did see that. Yeah. I love it.
You just need long hair to flick.
From my friend.
Okay. Okay.
And that was Will or William?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank William for, we wouldn't be doing this right now if it wasn't for him, for introducing him to me and you to me. So we've got lots of reasons to thank William. Kayleigh, you are an author. I would love for you to tell us a bit about your book.
Yeah, I will tell you that I am published author doing my children books.
A children's book?
Mm-hmm.
Which, no bitterness, I'm not on the front cover. Okay.
But you made it in there, right?
You can. Well, I see my mom. That's how my. Yeah. See,
It's
not
good
me.
to be me.
Not me.
All right.
Who is that on the front? That's your grandma?
No, that's William.
Oh, that's William.
That's William. And Kayleigh. You're really short next to him. Can I say that?
That is Shane.
That's Shane now?
Yeah.
Okay. It kind of goes back and forth, huh?
And that is me.
That's you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's about your first half marathon?
All right. This book is dedicated to my grandmother and everyone else
Affected
by Alzheimer's.
Do you dedicate it to grandma and anyone else that has Alzheimer's, that's dealing with Alzheimer's?
That's very sweet.
So it is, she doesn't have time for, well, I'll let y'all decide.
I'm sorry.
But just tell her can you tell her about the book? Not necessarily read it, but tell her about it. What is it about?
I won an honor hall.
Okay.
This book is called is called To Be Me.
Yeah.
It's cool to be me.
By my name.
Yeah.
It's a Kayleigh Williamson.
Okay. And is it about how I beat you in the first half marathon?
Hi.
No. You don't have to read it. Just tell her about it.
I want people to go buy it and have their own copy. If you read it to them, then they can cheat.
So it talks about you and all your friends after you finished the first half marathon and what it took for you to do it. And like before you even ran your first half marathon, Mom made you swim a mile to make sure you could do it. Okay. So that's all we have to do is tell her about it. Okay?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what I wanted to hear, that It was about your first half. Maybe you can read it to me after we get off air and then the listeners have to go buy it to listen.
Yeah. Okay. That works? Okay. she has been able to, from what she sold, use it to be able to go do some of the races in the out of state, to bring that awareness, right? And especially like when she did the South Mississippi, the Hattiesburg half marathon.
Mississippi, there is my mom went to at the college.
Yes.
My mom went to a college in Southern Miss.
It's Southern Miss. But you got to run for the South Mississippi ARC organization to raise money, right? It's kind of cool to be able to raise money to help other people in programs. Yeah?
Yes.
And you were the ambassador of the race. Again, I was not.
That is really cool.
All right. See if she's got any more questions.
Well, I'm going to tell the listeners to make sure you go get yourself a copy of It's Cool to Be Me, and take a picture with yourself with it, and make sure you tag Kayleigh on social media so she can see that you're reading it and enjoying it. So everyone go do that.
We've got a public Instagram account that we post the races. It doesn't have her name in it. It was just originally set up to like if we were out in the middle of a race and we could no longer be tracked by the sensors, that we would tag and put pictures on it. So it's just So Eagles 91. But it is a public one, and it's where if they want to post or tag, that's great. But it's also where we put our training and all on it, right? Yeah. And how you're handling things. Yeah. All right.
So, Sandy, I would love for you to give some advice for someone listening who might have someone in their life who is in a similar situation to where you both were back in 2012, but maybe has some reason where they're nervous to encourage that person they love to do something for the discouragement that the rest of the world is giving them.
You have to get to the point you don't care what the rest of the world thinks. And here's what I mean. Her first race, I do remember we're usually dead last. And you have to be comfortable where you are in life. Even in a race, if you're dead last, not worry about what people are thinking. I remember grabbing her hand and like, Kayleigh, you got to go faster. And she jerked her hand back and we hit head. I mean, two strong-willed, headstrong people hitting heads. That was us. And I finally had to just say, take a step back. It's more important for her to finish the race than what anyone else thinks about where we are in the race. And I think that's kind of the same for life. We're so busy worrying about what someone's going to think, or how am I going to do this? What are they going to think of me? That is so irrelevant. And the bond that you build through that total acceptance of where you are in life and what you're able to do is so much more important than anybody standing on the sideline that might judge or yell out things. We've been at a race where I watched people take pictures of the back of her head and just openly stare at her. And I have to admit, I made that decision that, hey, we're not coming back and ever doing this. It wasn't a race in Austin, Texas, or any race in Texas, but it was somewhere else. And I do remember thinking, I'm never doing this again. And the realization was, if you pick up your toys and go home, you don't influence change. So we have specifically decided that we're going back and we're doing those races over again until we impact that change. But it is scary at first. But the biggest fear that I found for myself is so busy worrying about what everybody else thought and my own doubts in myself. She could do it. It was just my doubts in myself as a mother. Can I help her get there? And you know what? She didn't need my help getting her there. More times than not, she's dragging me alone. And it's kind of cool, I have to admit. Although,
yeah, I love you.
I love you too. But yeah.
I want you to sit up with me.
You want me to stay up with you? Okay. But even through, in the last year, you've had a pandemic. We've had loss of a mother, grandmother. We've had loss of a dog of 11 years and neighbors. And running has carried us through that. That's a lot of emotional stuff going on.
I've to tell you.
Okay. And it all started with deciding not to care what people thought, right?
Right.
And lots of friends who showed up and said, we're here, like William and Shane and Tina now, and different ones that say, and Iram.
And the woman that, and his girlfriend too.
Yes. Yes.
I just not met her.
Okay.
With my first have met done.
But that's what I would tell people, because I remember those first races and always worried. I'm not kidding. The police cars were right behind us. And I've been on the course where I've watched people literally quit. And 3 miles in the Austin half marathon, her first one, and the van shows up and tells us either you're swept or get to the curb. And she said no. And we went to the curb and we watched as the van went to the people in front of us, and they just got in the van. And stop caring what people think. Just get out there and do it.
Mm-hmm. Kayleigh, is there anything you want to add to what your mum just said?
Yes.
What would that be?
My mom was said to me that it's a police car was by us.
But the cool thing is all those police officers now know us. And when they see us, they give us high fives. And we've actually had people come out on the race course and stop her and tell her she inspires them. Right?
So cool.
That's kind of cool.
How does that make you feel when people tell you that you inspire them? Do you like that?
Yeah.
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 Okay, I have to tell you that I do remember that we do this race. I really did do my my diva of the race. That I just don't really care about my friend Lacey said to me.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But you are a diva, and you do like to run fast, and you do like to flick your hair. And what do you think when people come out and tell you that you inspire them? How does that feel?
I am inspired with other people.
You kind of told me that to begin with. You wanted to be able to inspire other people. And do you feel like you do?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That was a strong yes.
Yes. I was going to say, I'm feeling very inspired, and I'm sure everyone listening is. Is there anything, I know you like to trash talk one another or lovingly be competitive, but is there anything you want to tell each other as you have a place where lots of people could be listening?
I couldn't imagine life any other way than with her next to me. I really couldn't. Everything, as beautifully unique as you are, you make me better. Yeah.
Oh.
But you're still going down, Charlie Brown.
I don't think so.
Oh, I know so.
You are a miserable chicken.
Don't call me that. You just call me a major chicken fart.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
Is that a loving one, Kayleigh? Kayleigh, is there anything you'd want to tell your mum? Other than that she's a something chicken fart?
I will tell you that that instead that I never be her, because I always said to her that we always love to going to travel for a race with another state.
Mm-hmm.
Because since that we were very young, we always dancing to
Aretha Franklin. We started that when I was in college. So
we always sing together.
We've done live since I was a junior in college. So Kayleigh was born while I was in college. So we've done live together, dancing to Aretha Franklin. Right?
Yes, and the color with natural woman.
Okay. All right. So I think that kind of way over answered the question.
You make me feel.
Oh,
Okay. Let's put it this way. I never danced until she came into my life. Seriously, I did not dance until she came into my life. Nope.
I love that. I love that you brought that out of your mum. Have you got her to dance at a finish line yet?
No.
Maybe that's what you need to get her to do.
What?
Dance at the finish line.
I been have.
But you haven't had me do that.
I always with my hair.
You're gonna do the dance.
Do the victory dance.
I know, I like your victory dance. I've seen it twice now. The listeners haven't, but I'll put a link to the video. But Kayleigh, you have to get your mum to do a victory dance.
And then I was thinking that how about my beautiful mother?
Should I do what you do to me in the middle of the race? How much are you going to pay me to finish?
I didn't know that this race, she was telling me that I might give you a cheeseburger and fast food paradise.
Cheeseburger and fries. But am I going to do a dance at the end of at the end of the marathon? I won't just dance. I'll lay on the ground. I won't kiss the ground, but I'll lay on.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Are we going to dance? I mean, 26.2 miles.
We always do the
we're gonna dance like that. Oh, okay.
It's like that.
Oh, I like that.
All right. We 26.2 miles. Yeah, I'll dance.
Okay.
All right.
We better see some video evidence of this.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
All right.
I think
Sandy, I want to bring up I watched a recent video that you sent me, a spotlight, and I'll put a link in the show notes to go watch that. You talked about you've gone from protecting your daughter from the world to your daughter taking on the world, which was beautiful with how you said that. Can you tell us a little more about what you meant by that?
So when Kayleigh was born, obviously the first thing they told me was, don't even keep her or put her in an institution. And I remember, whether it's school, doctors, things like that, of this need to protect my daughter. I think anytime you're told that your child is uniquely different in any way, you feel this need to protect them, to the point of you think you're fixing it. Mm-hmm. And really, it was the realization that she didn't need fixing. She didn't need me protected. She needed me guiding her as she grew up. But I love it when, like now, if she gets upset about something, she can push back. And that realization, whether it's me, the world, she's learned to stand on her own 2 feet. And that was so important. And it made me realize that she doesn't need me protecting her. A lot of times she needs me to get out of the way.
Thank you to Beam for sponsoring this episode of the Running for a Podcast and supporting many of the Together runs, which I am loving hearing that you are enjoying. I want to talk today about the Elevate Variety Pack, which I have mentioned in the past, and I am testing out some of their other products. But in the meantime, this is what I am loving. So much so that my husband, Steve, and I walk in the door after our run. We walk straight past each other, and sometimes the kids go straight to the kitchen, grab a shaker, get some cold water in there, and put one of these Beam Elevate packs into water and down it quickly because it tastes delicious. It is great for post-run, has those electrolytes and some other benefits. There is no added sugar. These hydration powders do not contain hemp. I just want to mention that. So there's no concern if you are avoiding CBD. And the Variety Pack brings you a mix of Elevate Balance, which is hydration and probiotic, Performance, which is hydration and energy blend, and Recovery, which is hydration and collagen. So whatever you want to be using or getting out of it, you can go do it like that. So with that Variety Pack, you have this chance to experience all the benefits of their 3 unique electrolyte powders. Balance has that potent blend of prebiotics, probiotics to support healthy digestion and immune function. The green energy coffee bean extract delivers an energizing boost, while compounds like beetroot and vitamin B help your body convert dietary energy into physical energy. And last but not least, the recovery restores collagen, while branch chain amino acids support tired muscles and help your body fight fatigue. They are really thoughtful with their ingredients. They are not just a hydration solution, but they're elevated supplements to help support hydration for each moment of your day. That's why their ingredients are sourced responsibly, and you'll never find added sugars, GMOs, or artificial sweeteners. So you can go to beamtlc.com and use code TINA. That's BEAMTLC.com and use code TINA to get yourself 15% off your order, or 20% off if you want to sign up for a subscription. So go to beamtlc.com and use code TINA at checkout. Yeah.
So
I would believe that. I think that's probably true with a lot of people now, especially in the society we live in. Kayleigh, is there anything you would like to tell someone listening who has Down syndrome and maybe is feeling inspired by you but has never run before?
how would you tell them to start running?
You have to getting very, very active to run, because it might help you distress.
It helps you distress, yeah. But we just went from mile marker to mile marker, light post to light post, and then did more and more, yeah? Yeah. I think sometimes I try to make her mad in some of the races to make her run faster than me and run away from me towards the finish line. Right? But going mile mark to mile mark, just getting up and putting one foot in front of the other. Do you think that what would you tell them as far as believing in themselves?
My grandma always told me that train hard and get on a treadmill. Every day, and then practice for my marathon.
What time do you get up on Saturday mornings? Because it is a big commitment.
Okay, I will tell you that
we start at 6 in the morning.
No, hold on.
Okay.
Okay, I am I always tell my friend Lori that I am not a mortal person.
But you still get up and you're still ready at 6 in the morning.
But
it's a commitment.
I know, but I trying to tell you that I want to go back to bed.
Well, the first time was always the hardest, yeah. But they could believe in themselves too and do the same, don't you think? Yeah. Eat healthy, get out and just start moving and running and getting active.
Yes.
And doing a lot of sweating in Texas.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And skinny girls.
Skinny girls. Okay. What about just healthy?
I have to tell you that it's there with the skinny girls. How about eating healthy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And to be active.
Okay.
I love that. Sandy, anything you want to, you have the community listening here that you want to let them know about healthy living within the Down syndrome community and beyond?
Within it, with how important it is, we take this for granted. But again, I go back to what I learned with the journey with my mom with Alzheimer's, and it always came back to these 4 key things that in what I researched was lack of sleep, lack of healthy eating, and lack of cardiovascular exercise, and to be honest, stress. And that affects all of us, but it affects them so much more. And so It's the little things. Start out, park in the last parking space away from the store. I do that with Kayleigh. Like 2 weekends ago, we got our 10 miles in. The goal was 14, and we had errands in between parking at that last parking space. And it's just not dawning on her how far she's having to walk to get in the store, because all she's thinking is what she's wanting. And by the end of the day, we ended up with 15 miles just by all of that. But for ourselves, beyond the Down syndrome community, I call it my perfect storm between being a mother to Kayleigh and being a caregiver to my mom. And at the same time, what we as women don't like to talk about with menopause and job change and all of that. And then a pandemic, we tend to put ourselves second, and we tend to think that, everything else is more important than us. And I'm going to try not to get emotional at this point, but nothing is more important than yourself. And getting out there and running. It just go lamppost to lamppost, do whatever it has to be. Realize you deserve to eat healthy. Realize that your children, it's not just, I remember asking my mom in her second stroke of when was she going to love us more than going to a fast food restaurant. It dawned on me at that point what a hypocrite I was, because we don't realize in not taking care of ourselves, we're not able to take care of the ones that love us and the impact on them when the health issues we develop because we weren't active, because we didn't eat right. It goes so much beyond that. So if I could stress anything to anybody, no matter who you are, is, throw away all those things that you have about yourself of what you can and cannot do, especially when it comes to your health. And running is so beneficial, not just exercise for your physical health, but your mental health as well. And Absolutely. Coming out of a pandemic, I can't think of anything more important at this point.
I agree.
I wanted to remember that the COVID was painful.
It's been difficult. You've had to put up with me a lot, but you love me and you can't help it, right?
I will tell you that I remember why. I just want to tell you that I remember that I lost my dog. I always call her a mama.
Meg, your German Shepherd. But
now I know everything. That she was born May on the 5th, on the 5th.
So, but
now I know that it is the same month with Lucy.
Okay.
I want my dog to be. I want my baby girl to be. I had an active dog.
Yeah, and that will help her be healthy.
I want her to getting more active and healthy.
I'm noticing even when I try to redirect, you've got your mindset on what you're going to say.
And then I still want her to go running with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay.
No, I mean that if that's important to you, then the other you were the one I asked that point to, Sandy. So that thank you for sharing that, Kayleigh.
All right, hold on. She might have
You are welcome.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else you would like to say to anyone listening out there? Either of you, Kayleigh?
And then my next book it's gonna be Magame.
You're writing another book. Good to know. What about they could join you on your marathon? Do you think people out there could join you on the marathon? Yeah, to start getting ready and running and getting,
Yes.
So anyone in the Austin community that is listening to this can run along with you during training. Is that what you're saying, Sandy?
Or even come from out of Austin. You might have a few people coming from out of Austin.
I just want to tell you that I never tell you that I am working with Patagonia.
You were until the pandemic. But what about if we end up at one of the cities where anybody's listening comes and we're doing a half marathon, could they join us then?
Can I tell?
Okay.
I have several boss who always tell me that I am inspired with them.
Okay.
Yeah. You definitely are inspiring.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's
Sandy,
see.
anything you want to add? Or anything you want to say?
No, just that our whole goal is to bring awareness within the community and outside of it, how important it is. And I laugh because in the last 3-4 years with Mom and the Alzheimer's, I've seen weight for me come back. And first it was like, oh my gosh, I gained weight back and I can't do this anymore. And then I realized I've done 13 more half marathons with added weight. Don't let anything stop you. That mental block that you've got in your head and you think, oh, I've got to lose weight first, or I have to do this for, no, just get up there and move. That's it.
I agree. I love that. Actually, Sandy, so I've been running since I was 16, 18 years now. My mum just started running in the pandemic. So I understand she always had the hesitations and finally now it's the time. So I love it too.
I think you have to wearing a mask.
Wear my mask when we go out?
No. I think some people wearing the mask at the pandemic.
You still wear one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
Because of how the effects the effect on individuals with Down syndrome is much worse than it is on us, on some of us, not all of us, but some of us. Okay.
Sorry.
We'll see if she has any more questions. Can we? You've gotten really comfortable with this. Like gone like this, and I love it. You've owned it.
I know. Well, I mean, I don't have any other questions other than unless you want to tell me anything.
You want to tell me?
Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you along the way somehow.
My boss tells me that they inspire me.
You've got this one-track memory that it's like it doesn't matter. She's going to go right back to what she was saying, and I love it.
I will show you. They put my this board, the picture board.
Oh, when you went to Detroit, they made a cool card for you. That's right.
It tells me that good luck.
Okay.
Good luck for you to try.
Well, ask Tina when her next race is. Does she do races? Did you think that was her? When is your next race?
I am running as a guide for a visually impaired athlete at Boston.
Oh,
so
wow. That is so cool.
Which, when this comes out, will have just happened. And I'm also running New York. So, yeah, I'm doing 2.
That's one that's on our list.
Those are goals, yeah.
I will tell you that we could do New York because now I'm doing my full marathon.
After that, so New York would be the half. Oh,
well, I think it's 4.
Okay, then
we'll full marathon.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah. Well, we will talk about that. Okay, I want to wrap up the interview here, and thank you both so much for coming on to talk to me today. I appreciate you and all that you're doing. Kayleigh, you are so inspiring, as everyone agrees. Keep up the good work, both of you. And Sandy, look after yourself too.
Thank you.
Before we end this episode, I just want to take a moment to shout out my podcast editor, Jeremy Nessel, who has done such a wonderful job of looking after my podcast, taking out all the mishaps in the episodes, while still keeping in the vulnerability and the realness and the rawness of the conversation. This is not one of those podcasts where I take out the ums and the ers and the sometimes the delay in words, because I think it's very important to keep that authenticity. We're surrounded by perfected and manicured everything, and I think it's really important that Running for Real stays that way. So thank you to Jeremy for your work. I also want to thank Maria Vargas and Amber Moore, who are also part of my team. They've been a big part of this community and me being able to build this brand. So just want to give them a shout out too. All right, let's get right back to the end of this episode. Oh, wasn't that such a good episode to just be a part of, to feel the love between Kayleigh and Sandy. It was very special, and I'm honored to have hosted that conversation. And I can't wait to go for a run with Kayleigh sometime, and Sandy sometime in the future. And I hope that if you find yourself in a place where they are, or you find yourself down in Austin, look them up, reach out. I would love to see some pictures of that. I will put links in the show notes to go check out their stuff. And you can go find that at runningforreal.com/episode 270. So that's runningforreal.com/episode 270. There's also going to be a link in there to Kayleigh's book, which you can get yourself a copy of and take a picture of yourself with. I bet you would make her day. That's really special. And also there'll be links to our sponsors, and I want to take a moment to thank them. This is one of the final days you can get yourself $15 off your order of $75 or more at tracksmith.com. Then it will switch over to a giving code, which will give a portion to Runners for Public Lands. That is a nonprofit that is very important to me. Thank you to Inside Tracker. You can go to insidetracker.com/Tina to get yourself 25% off your order. I just had my next test done, and I'm excited to see what I find out. And thank you to Beam. You can go to beamtlc.com and use code Tina to get yourself 15% off your order or 20% off a subscription. Beam has a lot to offer. There is a lot of cool stuff there. Go to beamtlc.com and use code Tina. Thank you so much for listening, my friends. There will be another Together Run coming this Monday. Go check those out if you haven't already. And another regular Running for Real episode coming next Friday. Thanks for listening. See you then.